Hey everyone, if you're like me, you're probably a little bit zoomed out. So over the last couple of months, there has been so many Zoom meetings, Zoom webinars, and that's without even touching on all the family and friend catch-ups with Zoom. So what we're seeing is that, too much Zoom. While it's great for business, it's tough. Nobody really wants to sit through another webinar. So what we thought we'd do is do something a little bit different. What we're going to do is we're going to roll out a video series over the next couple of weeks where we cover some of the most topical things that are happening right now. The first series is going to be on business recovery planning. Now, this is absolutely critical. Every business that applied for the small business cash flow loans, the wage subsidy or the wage subsidy extension, or the business guarantee, or even a business that looks like it's going to need finance in the coming months should have two key plans in place right now. That's your business continuity plan. You'll recall we did a webinar on that early on during lockdown. If anybody wants that, we can give you a link to the recording of that webinar so you can understand the content of the business continuity planning. And then the next one, which is most appropriate for right now, is the business recovery plan. And so what we're going to do in this short video series, and those videos are only going to be 5 to 10 minutes at most in each one, which you can consume when you want, where you want, in small bite-sized chunks. So we thought that that might be easier than trying to organize an hour out of your day, trying to get everyone at one time, staff taken care of, customers taken care of. At least this way, when you've got a small bit of time and you want a break, you can consume one of these videos. By the end, you'll have a full understanding of what you need to have in place if you don't already have it. So what we're going to cover in these is briefly the business continuity plan, and that'll just be about what should be in there. We're going to talk about business recovery plans, how the two plans work together, the components of a business recovery plan, and why you need both of those plans in place in your business. So if we talk about a business continuity plan, so this kind of plan is all about how your business will deal with a crisis. So that's lockdown within 48 hours, an earthquake, any of those crises that can hit a business and affect the way that you operate. That's what your business continuity plan is about. What it does is it demonstrates that you have a plan to deal with those sorts of scenarios and a way to keep your business running, your customers serviced, and your bills paid. So that's what a continuity plan is all about. Don't get me wrong, there's quite a bit more content into it, but fundamentally, how do we deal with a crisis? Then we have the business recovery plan. So this plan is about how you will recover from that adverse or crisis situation. So with COVID, it's about how we deal with the environment we have now. So changing how we do things to adapt and make sure that we have and can fit in social distancing and all those kind of factors into our business. The plan documents what we'll do and how we'll get on with business in this environment. It should also give consideration in New Zealand, where we have the 4-level alert system, to how the business will operate under each of those alert levels and what it means and what's different and what we need to enact when there's a change in the alert level. The key with this plan is that we work out how we're going to survive the recovery period, and so that when it comes to an end and things do go back more to normal, that the business is able to thrive and you're able to capitalize on whatever opportunities come along in the meantime. So what are the components of a business recovery plan? It looks at the need to reinvent and how you need to change things. Cash, of course, cash is always a problem in a lot of businesses, but under a business recovery plan and under the current scenario that we have, what we found is cash has become even more important because so many businesses did not have enough cash in the bank to get them through that crisis period. What we do is we look at the opportunities, that the business has in this environment, the vulnerabilities and where it's vulnerable to threats, and what the critical challenges are to the business in this kind of environment. That then links into the risks. So it's a matter of going through every department or area of the business and identifying what the risks are to the business. So we're talking about the shareholders, we're talking about HR, finance, admin, all of those things. We go through every one of the 10 core departments of every business. We identify all of the risks to the business. We identify how much of a risk they are, and we put strategies in place on how we will deal with them if it was to occur. The last thing that we do is we pull it all together in a plan. We set metrics to measure performance of the business over the coming months, and then we move forward. One of the key things is that in this environment, we can't do planning and forecasting and all of those things like we always used to. So in February, March, we would be doing plans and forecasts for the next financial year. We might revisit it once, maybe twice if something changed within the business. That doesn't work in this environment. So what we're doing now with clients is putting these business recovery plans in place, and we're looking at 90-day periods, okay? So we don't forecast out more than 90 days. We monitor every month how you're going, how you're tracking. We adapt our forecasts to reflect what's going on in the business so that we've actually got an accurate picture and we have some idea of where we're going to be in 90 days' time. Because in this environment, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. All it takes is a small thing and we're back under lockdown and back to where we were in March. So how do we plan around that when it can change so quickly? We focus on the immediate future, being the next 90 days. So that's pretty much business continuity planning, business recovery planning, what's in the business recovery plan. So in the next video, what we're going to do is give you a bit of a rundown on the need to reinvent and what that means, what it means for your business, and where we go from here. See you soon.